everybody. How are you doing this evening? Welcome to Camppatton Family Compound. It's time for the famous Friday night on the Homestead. And tonight's topic is going to be networking, both local and long distance. And yes, I know I spelt it differently than most people spell it. I want to get people's attention, see if anybody noticed. All righty, let's bring me over here, and there I am. And I was busy over on watching Dioris and Corsair Trainers on Dioris's live stream. Funny thing is, they're both Steve. All right, so first one in here tonight was Brenda at Duncan 1900 Homestead, and then Phelan Clan Wolf, then Walt Rogers, then Idaho Garden Girl, and chit-chatting, saying hi to each other there. Then Jay came in, and Skinner Farms is in the house. Canadian is here. All right, and I'm caught up. Yeah, it's looking like Fridays is becoming crowded again, and with a bunch of people doing different things here on it. Green Granny too. Denise is in the house. All right. Before I get jumping into this thing here, I want to talk about a little bit about the live stream I was watching with Steve and Steve. Dioris and Corsair Trainers. They were reviewing some of the things. A little bit about. They referenced several times what happened on Tuesday night's live stream, and they started pointing out other things. And Wayne, the Grateful Peasant, was in the side chat, as well as Anthony from Pimento Prepared, and it was a really interesting thing going on. Wait a minute. Chris Shirley Babies, welcome. And one of the things they touched on a couple times without really saying it, and then they said it. And as soon as they said it, I was ready because I had it typed out, and I had cut it out of the conversations. I was typing other stuff in. As soon as they said it, I pasted it and posted it. Networking? Gee, that's what we're talking about tonight over on my other channel, because I was watching them from Gray Man Prepping. So we'll see if anybody caught the message over there. But they're talking about, like after a major, minor, in between disasters and stuff, and if you were having to leave your place after try to stay there as long as you could, having a network of people you can contact, you can stay at, go. Is they're talking about the importance of that, and Steve was saying, he has people lined out where if he has to leave where his house is for some reason, he goes a little bit, stays with some friends there, and if they all have to leave, they go to the next house, and they're hopscotching along. And he says they've got about 5 or 6 of them before they get to the forest, which would be the Angeles National Forest, before they're out of suburbia into the wilderness. Hey, Moon, how's it going? And I thought that was really interesting that he's taking it out already and is networking to gather a group as he evacuates. If it's a bad situation and they have to leave. Steve was talking about the one time he had to evacuate because the fires down there were zeroing on his neighborhood. And they told everybody, get out. And so he bugged out up to Northern California to where his son is and stayed with his son. All righty. So P2E, how you doing? All right. So one other thing here, and I froze. And so this is interesting. It says 7 people watching. I know I've counted more than 7 names in here. And I got 11 thumbs up. All righty. one of the interesting things going on right now, which I keep seeing in the news and stuff, before I jump into this networking stuff, is having to do with the weather and the unusual problems that we are having right now. That said, I want to clarify some points. This is not unusual when you look at it from a Earth time frame, not a human. Oh, the last couple of years, this is bad. When you look at it from an Earth thing, oh, wait a minute, there are cycles. Let's look at it from a couple decades ago or 3 decades ago. Point in case, California, the University of California at Berkeley has a station up at Donner Pass in California, and so it's been like a week and a half ago. They measured it. They had 47.5 inches or something like that up there, which is, and then the article was a little confusing because they said that's the highest amount since 1970. And makes it only second to the 1952 66.5 inches. Wait a minute. If 66.5 inches is the top and it's only second to that one, they should not even have put the 1970 in there. All right. So, I mean, there are a lot of things going on, and it's not just here or there in California. I'm no longer in California. I'm in Idaho here still. It's not there in California where my wife is at that things are going nuts. There are other places that are getting weird snow and everything else as well, and cold temperatures. Yeah. And a lot of the stuff looked good until you got up close and you see what people that have been living down there for, say, the last 12 years and didn't know about anything prior to it, the bad storms they used to get down there. Because when I lived back down there in the 60s and 70s, oh man, we get some, as my cousin would say, we get hellacious storms. And it's there. It looks beautiful, and some are just saying, "Oh no, get away with it. We don't want this." And some of them are even been talking about, if it's going to be doing this, we want to move out of here. Alrighty, so networking. I'm going to start off with, first of all, long distance networking. You want to see some long distance networking? Look at the side chat. We've been a lot of these people in here. We follow each other on different YouTube channels, each other's YouTube channels and stuff. Hey, Tibor, how's it going? And we're constantly interacting and stuff and passing on information to each other. That's networking. And when we're on, when we're talking about gardening and stuff, that's important networking, really. And a lot of people don't see that way, but yeah, gardening networking is important, because if there is something happening in one area of the country and then it moves a little farther towards another area the next year and a little bit farther, is this problem, oh, okay, it's coming my way. I need to start preparing for that now. Yeah. Yeah, well, the problem is, for me, the 60s and 70s, hey, that's 50 plus years ago. Some of these people are new up there in the last, I said 12 years, because that was the longest one they interviewed. Having been, most of them were like 5 or 6 years up there. It's like, 5 or 6 years. Who've been in a drought that long? Or at least they had, California's been suffering from a drought that long, and they weren't getting the rain and snowfalls down there. So they weren't networking with the old timers in their area when they should have been networking with the old timers. All right, let me go over here. There we go. All right, so networking, local and long distance. Before I jump into that, if you're part of this, the weight loss challenge, today's Friday. In 2 days, send your team captains your weights. All right, because people were late getting their weights in, and on Monday, when I usually do the talk about it, the weights weren't all in. Hey, Premier Hell, how's it going? All All right, so networking. Here we got a definition of it. The exchange of, and I froze, the exchange of information and ideas among people with a common profession or special interest, usually in an informal social setting. And and one of the things when I was working for Homeland Security, we did a lot of networking via email. And every now and then we would get the keys to the kingdom, and we would set up an online conference on the Homeland Secure Data Network, and we would talk that way, or if we had to, we'd step it down and we just put it on My Meeting, which we use sometimes as well. So yeah, networking can go to individuals, or they can bounce around to groups and circles of groups, so you can connect to them. In-person networking works best for connecting with people. And then when you connect with these other people in person, then you get access to their networks. So the guy in the red, he's contacted this guy up here to 11 o'clock from him. And that guy is linked off to a couple of the groups there. So, it's one of the things that works and helps out that way. So when you're networking, you want to build relationships. You don't just want to say, oh, I met this person, I got their business card, that's it. You want to build a relationship with them. So, keep in contact with them, and just, sometimes it's just, hey, thought I'd check in, see how you're doing. And you start learning personal things about them, and you find other levels that you can connect with these people on. It's like, all right, me and Courtney from Wide Family Farm. She does not like to eat tomatoes, but she likes to, especially raw tomatoes, but she likes to grow tomatoes and can them. And once they're cooked, then she can tolerate them. And I love all tomato sauces out there that I can get hold of. Okay, I got a question here. What did the Christmas party at DHS look like? Very subdued, if we even had one. Generally, we just, because it was we operated 24/7, and so we'd usually, because the way shifts were staggered and stuff, I worked with everybody on every shift, but from my shift, because shifts overlapped on both ends, and like I work these days. And the only other person that worked the exact opposite of me, we still had one day we were both there. That's, that was set up so we all met everyone all the time. Yeah, some people, and that's why it takes time. It takes time to get to know somebody. And so that's, you can't just, jump right in. I know like a bunch of us here got burnt by one channel because she was doing the bleeding heart thing, and a bunch of, we got together and we, supported her channel. She needed to get some money for taxes. Well, when she got enough money through the GoFundMe and some of the other things, she went down and she had a video of her going down paying her taxes. Well, someone had something just didn't feel right to someone. They checked, and she paid the minimum. She had enough to pay the whole thing out. She paid the minimum. And then we found out other things about her, because once they told me that, then I started digging myself. And anyways, yeah. So yeah, it's, it was only like a month or two or 3 months that we were involved with this person. And it was like, then it's like, and so the videos that I had that I was supporting them, I marked them private and just, and pulled them back. Hey, Mary Beth, how's it going? All right. And All right. I'm not sure how to pronounce. Oh, KOMRD radio prepper. How you doing? Took me a while to realize call sign. All right. Back down here to the front here. So, but anyways, you build relations to help each other. And when you're actually exchanging information about, all right, this seed works best, this plant works best. This is the problem I found with raising rabbits. And then another one says, well, in this temperature, I've had this problem with rabbits. In this temperature, I had this other problem, or goats or sheep or whatever it is. And you just start, you will start gaining information and stuff. And the main thing is sources of information. Especially here on YouTube, you want to find out, who knows what about what. So if you have a problem come up, you know who you can contact and say, hey, what do you know about this? TN Bushcrafter, electrician. He was in here a lot. I've had him up on my panel a couple times. And so there we go there. Steve at Corsair Trainers, non-active duty Marine, former federal prison lieutenant. He has a company where he teaches firearm safety and tactics and preparedness and stuff. So if I have questions about certain things, I can go to him on them. Yeah. So there's different things. So you can just start getting information, helping, and you just, if you have, you build networks, for information to help you out in what you're doing here. Let's go to the next slide. Now, there's a place where you can network that's really nice. Farmers markets. You start going to the farmer market every time, and you'll get to know the farmers. And you be friendly with them, not just you just ask them questions. Hey, how's it? Ask them, the generic question, how's it going? How things going along and stuff. And you ask them any problems on the farm. As you buy some stuff from them and everything else. And after a while, they'll know you, you'll know them, and sometimes they'll say, hey, I got this great deal here. I just got some of these things. And that stuff they don't have up. They have in the back for people they like. So I've had that happen to me one time too, back in Martinez in California during the farmers market and the peddlers fair. Being both part of the actually head of the CERT program at the time, the Community Emergency Response Team, we had a booth there, and the Boy Scouts, I had a booth there. So I was bouncing between the two of them, and a lot of people realized I'm all over the place. I was also helping out the director of Main Street Martinez, which put on the events, going around. I'd be there like 4 o'clock in the morning, help blocking off the streets, getting everything set up. Everyone knew me that came in early, and everyone knew. And one of the farmers and stuff was doing these different type of olive oils and stuff. And he was doing one with a olives, basil, not olives, sorry, garlic, basil, some Italian seasoning, some other stuff, infused olive oil. And he goes, hey, we're trying this. Here's a jar. Here's a little jar. He gave me one of the small sample jars that he was usually selling for $5. He goes, here, take this. Tell me what you think about it. We went back the next week. We went back and bought 4 more of the full-size jars because it was so good. Hey, Ron, how's it going? We got Ron Netzel here, the Green Wizard. All right, let's see here. I'm just checking on making sure I do the side chat. Making sure I'm caught up on everything. Yeah, Wayne says building is always a risk. You have to be willing more than you get. Expect nothing, or if you expect nothing, or it's not worthwhile. Yeah. One of the things about it, you think about, when is the first time you did your first networking? Kindergarten, first grade. You start developing a circle of friends. Schools where you started out at. And let me go down here. Let's go to the next slide. Now, if you're into gardening stuff, there are classes offered at community colleges, the state universities and stuff. There's also the Master Gardener classes, and you can start going to these, and then you'll start meeting other students. And sometimes you'll see these students in other classes around because they're trying to learn as much like you are. And you can start networking with other students there, as well as the teachers, because my wife has said she's seen the teacher from a Master Gardener class at the community college learning from a good friend of ours who was head of the horticulture department, and vice versa. And she saw Kathy sitting in on a Master Gardener class, in another part of the county, because she heard this instructor had good information through her network. All right. Hey, and if you're still doing the homesteading farming thing, hey, make friends at the local farmers co-op. Some people are going to hate me for saying the name, Tractor Supply, Cow Ranch, the other type of businesses and stuff. Make friends with some of them there, and you'd be surprised. After talking to some of the people there quite a bit when I first got here, and we shared phone numbers a little bit. I got a text message saying, "Hey, we got a great sale coming on starting tomorrow. You need to be in here first thing." I got in there. I picked up a great deal on one of my hats, my real fancy gray hat. I picked up on that. I got 30% off on it. Hey, Star, how's it going? So I think that's the last one I have on here. Yeah, that's the last slide I had on that. So let me go ahead and drop. I know I posted the link over on Courtney's link, Facebook link page, where we share a bunch of the links. Go ahead and put that in here for anybody who wants to come up. And here's one right now. Star is over in India. Star and I connect on other levels besides just gardening. So let me go over here and post. I'm going to pin that link to the top of the chat. That way everybody can find it. So there, and hey, how's it going?
Hey, it's going good, man. My kids are playing VR. If that's a problem, I'm gonna have to shut my door or something.
All right.
Kids in the background.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, it's like developing friends here. On here on YouTube, I got burnt a couple times, but I try to help people out. And then
everybody gets burned. Man, I got burnt quite a few times. It's part of the nature of YouTube. You're gonna have to get used to that.
The thing is, though, in real life, I've been burnt a couple times as well. Face to face.
Pretty much shame on me. I've been burnt more than 3 times.
Yeah, but it's
people,
but there's also I've run into some really great people, and they especially all right. So off the top of my head, Brett and Amy Broussard. I mean, they've sent me stuff out of the blue. They're not they weren't after anything. They just thought, hey, Gil will like this, and they sent me stuff. David Lynn sent me stuff. I hadn't asked for it. He just sent me stuff. Hey, try this out. Joe at Garden State Gardener. I'm one of his channel members and stuff, and I get supposed to get so many seed packs. This last time, he threw a handful in there.
Are you really remembering this off the top of your head?
Yeah, he threw a handful of seeds in there. Courtney and Dustin at Wide Family Farm. I mean, we get together offline and talk.
You must live in Texas, huh?
Nope, Idaho.
Oh, you're closer to me than I thought.
Yeah, I'm down by Idaho Falls.
Yeah, I live in Washington. Idaho Falls is right next to Washington.
Yeah, well, we're on the other side of the state.
Well, I
You
mean,
got
yeah, but Washington isn't okay. So Washington kind of creeps up across Oregon.
mm-hmm.
Idaho Falls is you're about a 6 hour drive, I think.
Yeah, about a 6 hour drive down, because it's 4 hours for me to get to Boise.
Yeah, I'm not
But
trying to
I
drive
mean,
too
it's
far.
like, you know, and one of the guys, Bob 942, he doesn't share his doesn't like sharing his email address with people. After about a year and a half, he suddenly shared it with me.
Well, I mean, I don't recommend anybody share their email unless you trust the guy. You know, you
Yeah,
have to trust somebody.
well, after about a year and a half, we've just clicked on so many different levels. He's a machinist. I was in my senior year in high school. That's all I did. I had 7 hours of shop in the machine shop
And as
there.
long as you never link the guy's name to his email or his anything
Yeah,
about him, you're
when
fine.
I email him and a couple other people for the
Yeah.
things, always because I promised them I always put him in blind copy, so they don't see his. The others are kind of like, I don't care.
No,
Um,
everybody. Okay, a lot of people like to have their privacy as quiet as possible, and I recommend the same thing for me.
yeah,
I mean, I don't want everybody knowing where I live, and it's like if you want to talk off camera, I'll tell you everything. I'll give you my phone number,
yeah,
but I just don't want somebody that decides they don't like me
yeah,
to be able to harass me. I don't
yeah,
want to give myself that kind of attention, and I don't recommend anybody else put themselves in the situation because they're bored. I've seen
yeah,
people do that, and they tell me, I was like, because I was bored.
yeah,
Don't put yourself in because you're going to regret it completely.
yeah. But I mean, I got some other ones that I talk with a lot offline, and we email each other all the time. And actually, there's one that we text each other all the time. And that's all right. Don at WD Glockland Rural. He's a deputy sheriff. I was a deputy sheriff.
Really?
Yeah.
That's awesome. I mean, oh man, hats off to you.
And Butch at Sand Hollow Homestead. We talked a lot and stuff. And when his wife passed, he called me, that day, and we talked for a while on it because I've talked about all the deaths I've had in my family and stuff. And so yeah, there's there are some really good down to earth people there, and there are more of those in the homesteading community than there are in the prepping community.
Yeah, yeah, you're right.
Yeah. So I mean,
What
just
just sounds
about
funny though?
what?
I bet I know your most hated song, classic musical song. What do you think I'm gonna guess? I shot the sheriff, but I didn't shoot the deputy. I mean, that
Yeah.
song makes no
When
sense,
was that
but
song from? Shoot.
I can't remember at the top of
I
my head.
you
But
know
when you said that
I'm
you
so
were the
I want to check
sheriff,
that because I think I have a vague thing in the back of
it seems like
my
a classic.
mind here that I used to sing that in high school.
And then you became the sheriff and be like, I hope I become the deputy.
Okay, I shot the sheriff, Bob Marley,
Yeah,
and
Bob
the
Marley.
Wailers, and that was
1967?
73.
68?
73.
73. Damn, it was later than I thought.
Yeah, that was
Seems
my
like it's an older
that was
song.
my junior year in high school.
It's like, I want to be the sheriff that gets shot.
Yeah,
No, I mean, it's just a song, but it's hilarious that
yeah,
you probably like the song too, though. It's like,
yeah.
I shot the sheriff.
Oh, speaking, I got to use some. Hey Barry, how's it going? I got a thing here. So Johnny Seeds, whenever they have one of their free webinars, I kind of tell everybody coming up next Thursday, March 9th at 4 p.m. Eastern Time, they're doing fundamentals of cucumber grafting. So let me see if I can go in there to that, and I get the link from it to share to everybody here. Go to that one.
Do you know how to send Google dates, and then there's another format for iPhone or iOS dates? It's
Okay.
super stupid links. Like you can actually
Yeah.
make a link that goes to a website, I think now.
Yeah. All right.
And if
So
it doesn't
here's
exist, I'll create it, and then I'm making money.
here is the link for the list of their webinars, and you scroll down a little bit, and it says register. So you can go in and register. It's free, folks. If you're interested in grafting, learning how to graft cucumbers, that sounds interesting. Nate Crenshaw is going. The product trial technician at Johnny's is going to be running it. So there you go, folks.
Are you like me? Have you ever ate like a lot of zucchini and cucumbers? Like when they get really big, they don't taste as good when they're like medium size.
Yeah, cucumbers start getting a little bitter when they change,
Yeah, when
and
they get really big, they taste crappy, and so does zucchini.
zucchini. Yeah. However, for the zucchini, when it gets big, what my wife does, she will take it and she'll run it through the Cuisinart where it has the grater blade that goes around, just kind of grates it into little strips and stuff, and then she'll take that and then she'll freeze it, and then the process with it freezing and then bringing it back out, then she uses it changes the structure of it, and then she uses it in. And I froze. She uses it in like making zucchini bread and other things as well, adding it to pasta sauces because it's changed. It changes the structure and then the taste a little bit too.
So it changes because I mean I've noticed it tastes a little bland, like more bland when the bigger they get. Like because I love really tiny zucchini when they're fresh, like baby zucchinis.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like pick them early.
Yeah.
It's like fried green tomatoes. They taste really good because they're like premature sometimes. I mean,
all right. Duncan's saying I pickle zucchini like you would cucumbers. Yeah, I've heard people doing that too. And someone else was just talking on it earlier this week or last week about zucchini, about different ways they process it. Some of them dehydrate it. It might have been on Courtney's live on Wednesday or Sunday night, where they're talking about you slice it, then you dehydrate it, and then you put vinegar and sea salt on it. It's like a chip.
Quiet. I'm gonna shut my door because my kids.
All right.
Stop being so loud. Having too much fun, damn it.
Yeah, Christy says when they get big, they get they're good for seeds because they just taste nasty. But the thing is, zucchini is one of those trick plants. You can go out there in the morning, look at it. Oh, okay, it's about 6-7 inches long. It'll be good to pick tomorrow. You go out there, look at the next morning, look at it, and it's twice as long. Boom, just like that. But when we had
that thing can double in size overnight, and then sometimes take it 3 days to double.
Yeah, and zucchinis was one thing that the cows liked. They would love eating zucchinis. However,
I mean, I like
flavored the milk
more than I like cucumbers. I mean, I don't even like pickles that much, but I mean, they're all right. Yeah. I mean, I'll rather eat a raw cucumber than a raw zucchini.
Yeah. Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, I like cucumbers that are raw sliced in not wedges but slices.
Yeah, I like them, and I mean, I like them. If they're really big, I like the seeds are kind of like crunchy and chewy.
Okay. I got someone trying to come up in here. Vignesh V. I don't see your face, and I haven't seen you in my side chats for a while. I don't bring people up unless they've been in my side chats for a couple months and I know who they are.
Well, have I been here before?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. I have been.
Probably. I know you've been in here a couple times and over on my other channel, Gray Man Prepping.
Oh, that's your channel too. Yeah, I knew I recognized you. Because I don't even. I can't look now because I'm on my phone. I gotta go on my. I gotta switch over to my computer.
Yeah. Oh, that's what mine. I got 3 monitors here right now.
How many monitors do you think I have?
5.
You're a little. You did.
You had some up higher. Okay, that's I didn't see the higher ones. Yeah. Yeah.
That one died.
Okay. That one died.
I gotta take that one down, but it's so high up there. I've been lazy. It's been up there for dead for 4 weeks. I turn it on, it shuts off automatically. But it was free, so it's like, why do you got so many monitors? Because they were free. They were free.
Yeah.
And then I got a port on my computer that makes them work. And why not use it? They don't even use that much power.
Yeah. When I was working at DHS, I had 3 big monitors on my desk, and we were trying to get the IT guy to give me 3 more, so I'd have 6. And everybody else in the office was going, but a couple of guys in the office.
I can connect 6 to this computer, but there ain't enough room on my desk for it. I can connect my PC to it, but my newest computer can handle 6.
Yeah.
But I just don't have enough room, and it's awkward losing your mouse up into the TV, you know?
Yeah. On my mouse, I've turned my mouse icon into a big monster arrow.
Oh, I should do that.
I can't lose it because it's a big arrow when I move it around. Unfortunately, when I share a screen and I try to show it on the shared screen, it goes back down to the little itty bitty thing.
Oh, that's so annoying.
Well, see, for me, it's still big, but for everybody out there, when I'm trying to point to something on it, on the shared screen, it goes small. Huh?
What are you using to share your screen?
Well, when I ran the, here, let me put it back up here. And, okay, so when I was sharing, doing this, I was sharing this, but when I move it over here, see how small that is? On my screen, it totally hides the guy's head.
So is that StreamYard's doing that?
Mm-hmm. Huh. Yeah, I'm sharing it through StreamYard.
Technically, so the reason that they're doing that is to save bandwidth, and they don't want to have to. They're not capturing. They're capturing as little info as they possibly can, and they're trying to regulate the bandwidth, and that makes sense coming from their end. I have nothing. I mean, as a programmer and trying to make things work.
Hang on here. Devices, side chat here. Hey, wrong one.
I can see why they did it that way.
Oh, Wayne, not good. Not good.
But if you want to get around that limitation that they're doing, if you have a good computer, download OBS and then share that OBS screen directly from StreamYards, and you will not lose that mouse anymore.
Yeah. But see, on my side, it's still big, so.
Yeah, but what I'm trying to say is you're going to have to get the virtual camera through OBS. If you have a good computer, you're going to have like an i7 or an i5 with 16 gigs of RAM. That'll work fine. And as long as it's above or right about there, it should work fine. Just got to be able to run OBS, and then you'd be able to capture you'd be able to run virtual camera that can actually that'll be able to capture all that and display it to everybody without StreamYards doesn't have to control it. They're just going to stream what camera you give it. They're not going to know it's a screen display. You're just going to give it a camera.
Yeah. All right. So Man, they're having some bad storms back there, back east. So Greg lost his whole operation. Dang.
No way.
Greenhouses, worm farm, man.
No, no. I'm sorry. I don't want to cuss.
Yeah.
Keep telling my kids stop cussing.
Yeah. Tibor. Ohio's getting rivers are rising from Cincinnati to Chattanooga. Oh man, yeah. Yeah. All right. So, guys, Wayne, you want to? Wayne, are you having problems with your computer system again? I know Wayne was having problems on Tuesday. I'm not sure if Barry can come up here. Okay, we're running up to there. Okay, but yeah. So, yeah. So, folks, when you're working on your network, make sure those that you're inviting into your network and you're networking with, don't expect to get everything out of each person that you want. Some people may have a lot of good information for you. Some maybe have a little bit, but they may be able to link you up to somebody else. All right, Wayne's going to try to get on.
Yeah,
Stevie's not going to be.
Exactly. Don't expect. Just do what you can for them, and then if they can do what they can, they'll do it for you. And all I gotta say is, no good deed goes unnoticed.
Yeah.
I mean, they say unpunished, but still, it's not the way it goes. It really doesn't. Might seem that way. That means you're doing a lot of good deeds.
Well, Wayne, we will see what happens when you come up here. See if you got that problem fixed of your audio from Tuesday. Barry says it's been rough. You're saying that the weather radio got a workout constantly going off with the alerts. Barry, but you came through it okay, right? Yeah. So Courtney is going live at the top of the hour. So I'm gonna knock it off about 5 minutes to the top of the hour, so everybody can head on over to Courtney. Mary Beth is heading to bed. All right. See you later, Mary Beth. Thanks for coming in.
Sweet dreams. Made of these. I like that song. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Sweet dreams. Every time I say sweet dreams, sweet dreams are made of these. It's like, damn, the devil started singing right after I sing.
Hey, Ed, do you know when someone sings that song, do you know what comes to my mind? And it freaks everybody out? The premiere issue, the pilot for Grimm, the TV show Grimm. That was a key piece of evidence in that show was.
Don't spoil it. I haven't seen that TV show yet.
Let's say it's the first one. It was the original one for Grimm.
So Grimm. I don't think I've seen that. Is that something I can binge on Netflix later?
You can binge it on Amazon. You can binge it on
Prime. I got Prime. I can binge it. So it's called what?
Grimm. Grimm. And hang on a second here. Let me pop back up here.
I'll look for it. I'll find it, Grimm. I think I seen it in my recommended for me thing on my Prime account. And I was about ready to cancel Prime. Now I got something I can binge watch. That might be good. I've been binge watching, I think, something on Netflix lately, but whatever.
All right. So here you go. So this is from the show. These are the three main characters. Detective Burkhart, Detective, I forgot his name, and of course Monroe, who is a blue bod. And a blue bod looks something like that. There he is. Here he goes. There's Monroe when he vogues.
Yeah, he looks like Hannibal Lecter.
He's his people are
He looks
the
like
for the big
Wolverine.
bad wolf.
Yeah, Wolverine without
But
the claws.
but basically the premise of the show is that the Grimm's fairy tales are all true. They're real, but only the Grimms can see them.
Yeah, I mean, they got a lot of shows like that. I mean, I wish
Yeah.
they would continue on with the Jack Reacher, because I read all of the child.
Season 2 is
Child.
supposed to be coming out here in a couple months.
Really? I
Yes.
can't cancel it then, because I need to watch. Freaking Jack Reacher, because that shit. I watched all that. And then what about the one that made me like laugh my ass off, which was the guy with the Hulk, the guy Super Wrestler. What's his name? He played in the Suicide Squad. What's the damn thing? It was what's the damn thing? He's only one season. It's
I'm not
hilarious.
sure. I'm not sure on that one.
The Peacemaker.
The Peacemaker,
That's the
yeah.
one I want a season 2 on.
Hey Wayne, how's it going?
That thing, that episode made me laugh my ass off.
Yeah.
Even my dad cracked his ass up on that. I want a season 2 of the Peacemaker.
Yeah.
That was how's my audio tonight?
Your audio sounds pretty good.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, very good actually.
Yeah. So Julie Evans just came in. Hey, Julie, and Kaylin. Did I say hi to Kaylin? I don't know. Kaylin, hi. But yeah, there's a. Let's see. All right, talking about network, Wayne. I first saw Wayne. What was it, about 3 years ago, on Corsair Trainers in the side chat, and talking in the side chat there. And I'm not sure. Did you ever go over on Will Russell's just-in-time prepping?
Yeah, I've been on Will Russell's a few times.
Yeah, and so that's the other place where I met Wayne in the side chat on those.
I think I'm missing. I haven't seen him forever, but he sounds familiar.
Yeah.
I mean, I haven't seen you forever though.
Yeah.
Well, he passed away, I think, last year, didn't he?
Actually, it's been a year and 4 months.
Did he really pass away?
Yeah, Will Russell, yeah. I mean, great guy.
Well, then freaking congratulations to him. I'll be right there with him eventually.
Yeah.
Won't we all?
Yeah. Well, Wayne.
All I gotta say is it sucks to be his family. It's keeping it real, but
I froze.
It sucks to fucking see people die. I try to play it off, but it doesn't work very well.
Yeah. So Wayne, on your videos that you did for those 3 videos you talked about the cinnamon stuff.
Yeah.
I finally figured it out, and I got ordered the big container from Amazon because it's the best price, and I also got the green tea extract. And I've been taking it for about 3 days now. I already feel a difference on it with those 2.
Yeah, you'll definitely feel a difference, especially if you take a good green supplement, either the pills or the powder to mix up. After a few days, you'll feel better. Your gut will feel better. You'll feel like you have more energy.
Yeah. Well, my energy been getting beaten down this week because I've had the grandkids. Been babysitting the grandkids.
If you go out to, just as long as your lawn's never been fertilized, you can eat dandelions and stuff like that in your yard. There's certain, but just make sure you're eating the right stuff. Don't eat nothing like, make sure you know what you're doing. Don't make yourself sick. But dandelions are actually good for you. Have tons of antioxidants in them. But what he's saying is the green tea stuff is really good too. A lot of vitamins. A lot of vitamins we don't get in our food.
Okay, hang on. So T-Board, I take it you're at the hospital for your wife. I'll add her to my prayers tonight.
Yeah, I think I was having a driver issue. I just realized there's an update from my drivers.
They didn't want answers last time.
Yeah. So Wayne, you were over there on. I hope I've been saying it right. Dioris, you know, the other Steve.
Yeah.
So I missed the first part of it, and then of course I had to, I got rid of the grandkids, so I was watching it, and then neighbor came and I missed the last 15 minutes of it. But the networking part there you guys were talking about, I mean, I really like what Steve was saying about what he did. And so you're setting up in a new area now. You're in Tennessee now, or Kentucky?
East Tennessee.
East Tennessee, that's right.
Yeah, we're up by the Cumberland Gap, so we're in the hills, so we're protected from a lot of the tornadoes, but we still get the wind and the lightning really bad up here.
Okay. So Tibor's working a fill-in shift. So how's your networking coming along back there?
Pretty good. I mean, I don't know any of the locals yet because we just got out here. I moved my dad out here about a little over a year ago, and he pretty much knows everyone in the town he's in. Everyone thinks he's a local. I mean, my family's pretty backwoods and redneck. Everyone thinks he's a local until they start talking to him, you know, because he's got the northwestern or the northern accent. We got to remember we have the accent down here. So yeah, but so far, everyone I met out here has been really cool. I haven't met anybody I didn't like. Most people out here are real down to earth, good people. Everyone farms, everyone gardens, everyone's got some livestock, even if it's not at their house somewhere. Like, that's why I honestly think this is the first place I've been where I think I can literally, over the next year and a half, 2 years, I can acquire everything we need within a 10-mile radius, which is pretty cool.
Yeah. Yeah, like when we bought this property up here in 2016, we weren't planning on retiring up here yet. My daughter was going to the university up here, and she'd gotten married, and she had just had the second child. And when we bought it, it's like, all right, they moved in so we wouldn't have to winterize the place. And then during the summer, my wife would come up and I would come up for a week at a time. And I had more vacation time than she'd have, so sometimes I'd come up here by myself and would work on it. And the real estate agent that sold it to us, that we had met before, she helped network me into a lot of the people in town. And so so that helped out there. So that's where networking with one person led to a network with several other people and introduced me to a lot of people around that I could connect with. And even though, I'm, oh, you're one of those ones from California. Don't judge me by the Californians. I'm right wing to the extreme. I'm more right wing than you are. And they go like, more right wing than us. How can that be? And so, over the years and stuff, I've really connected with several of the people around here. And I froze. And so it's slowly building up a network here. And then, like I said, going into Idaho Falls at the Cal Ranch there, I've been talking, every time I go in there, I talk to the people in there. And when in the springtime, when I don't go in there very much in the wintertime because I don't like commuting up in there. It's because the roads get bad and stuff. So when I go up in there in the spring, it's like, how you survived the winter again? Because some of them realize I don't come in during the wintertime. And so I'm developing friendships up there and networking. And when I had a problem on my tractor, one of the guys, he goes, so what's going on? I told him what's going on. He goes, go see so-and-so out here past the Highway 20. Go on out 25th Street, take it on out. It changed its name, past Highway 20, and about a quarter mile on the right-hand side is a hydraulic shop. He can fix the problem for you. Got out there and I said, yeah, so-and-so. Somebody come out there. Oh, so-and-so. Boom. Now I have another network, and we talked hydraulics and stuff. I go, yeah. In California, I would have known how to take care of this, but I got out of California. Whenever I say I got out of California, I get smiles because they like it here to say that.
I heard it's a dog-eat-dog, freaking living style there. It's pretty much like stop and go, man. If you don't cut somebody off, you don't get into traffic.
Yeah.
You know, there ain't no freaking, you go to Seattle, people will actually stop traffic to let you on when they see you've been waiting. Like
Yeah.
not in California. California, it's stop and go. You first dog eat dog, man. Dog eat dog. Washington, it's not like that though.
Okay,
Yeah.
hang on here.
What part of Washington you from?
I don't really want to. I'm in Central Washington.
Okay, I grew up in the hills out in Snohomish County.
Yeah, that's not too far away from where I live.
All right, we're getting close to. I'm gonna have to cut it off here. Let me throw the link in here for Courtney's, and okay, and I want to answer a statement here. City buses in Contra Costa County are taken care of. Around Concord, Walnut Creek, Pleasant Hill, Martinez, they're good there. The BART system, hey, when we had to go in from Oakland, where our office was, into San Francisco, we went armed. And generally, we don't go armed around. We would go armed on BART because it's BART. So, all right, we're going to wrap it up. Thank you, Premier Health, for coming in. Thank you, Wayne, for coming up here. Everyone in Side Chat, thank you for coming up. Work on your networks around your area. And once again, most importantly, let me get that banner changed here. Tell everybody, here it is. Plant a garden now. All right, got to go. Thank you all for coming up. And I'll hope to see you all over on Wide Family Farm here. Oh, when you go over there, say it's a raid.